Another thing that comes up is, can I pray Salatul Jummah at home? Now, the ulama are agreed, generally, which is that there is no specific place for the Jummah. Some of the ulama have said that it has to be in the masjid, and this has been narrated by some of the Maliki, etc. However, the majority of the ulama have said that there is no particular place. A person can establish the Salatul Jummah anywhere. It could be in a masjid, it could be in a park, it could be in his workplace, it could even be in his home. So the correct opinion now is that if a person is living with males, adults, they have got they've got their sanity about them, then he can then establish Salatul Jummah with a khutbah and the Jummah prayer in his own home, if there is a minimum of 3 people. If there is a minimum of 3 people. And this is the correct opinion. And we've said before, some of the ulama have said that the minimum must be 40, and this is a very strong opinion with a lot of the ulama. Some of them said it was 12. But what seems to be the correct opinion, this is the opinion of the Shafi'is and the opinion of the Hanafis as well. And it is also the opinion that has been supported by the Lajna Da'ima, the permanent committee of senior scholars, is that Allah says in the Quran, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. And Allah is using the plural form here, and the minimum form of plurality is 3 in the Arabic language. So if there are 3 people, 1 Imam and 2 followers, then the Salatul Jum'ah can be then established. The Imam and then the 2 people listening, then he can establish Salatul Jum'ah in his home. Another one of, and if they haven't got that, and if there aren't enough sane, mature male adults, then there is no Salatul Jum'ah, then he needs to pray Salatul Zuhr at home. So if he's got young children, if he's only got women, etc., or if there are only women in that home, then they pray Salatul Zuhr at home in the normal particular manner. Is there a khutbah on the day of Jumu'ah? Or can we have a virtual khutbah perhaps? Now this is very important because some of the people have started doing these, and what this sometimes leads to, if we are not careful, is that a person then actually believing that this is part of the Sharia. It's very important for us to understand that these people have started giving virtual talks and virtual bayans and virtual khutbahs, etc., and virtual reminders in order to keep the essence of the day of Jummah. And I think that this is a very good thing. I remember our Sheikh Salih Shitri Hafidhullah, he said that the day of Jummah is the day which has been obligated upon every single Muslim to seek ilm. Whether the person is a alim or a talibul ilm, or whether he's a lay person, it is wajib upon every single one of us to seek ilm on this day. So it becomes a day of ilm, and we need to keep that notion, we need to keep that symbolism, and I think that's very important. So we should use the day of Jummah to remind ourselves, to sit down with our family members, to talk about the dunya, and talk about how feeble the plots of shaitan are, and how evil he is, and how he wants to take us all to the hellfire, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this dunya, and it is going to pass very quickly, and we can see some of the signs of Allah's splendor around us, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is perhaps angry with mankind, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to enter into his Jannah, so we can talk about Jannah and remind ourselves about Jannah and